Well, good morning, everyone. I'm David Paul. I'm the Managing Director of VectorBest in the UK. And as I'm sure you all know, and you can see from the drawdown in your portfolio that Mr. Powell upset the apple cart last Thursday evening. What will we do from here? Well, unfortunately, the situation doesn't look great this morning. That's the UK composite, the VectorBest composite of the UK market. And as you can see, 2-3 weeks ago, we had that sudden reversal happened in one day. That's what technicians refer to as a shooting star. And certainly under the most positive circumstances, the market, I think, needs to pull back and kiss that top trend line. And that could take another couple of weeks as yet. So expect some more downside. And I see the market's off about, well, the FTSE 100's off for 20 or 30 points this morning. If we have a look at the shorter term picture, that's a chart of the composite, but only over 6 months. And as you can see, those red and green triangles are market timing tool. And for the last 3 or 4 days, that has been on a down signal, VectorBest advocating not buying stocks at this time. We had a very good run up from the 19th of July up into that high. But yeah, the market has been difficult, that's for sure. This is the American market, folks. And the American market showing pretty much exactly the same thing. That's a chart of the US, VectorBest US composite over the last 6 months. And again, we had a good run again from the 19th of July up to that top. But for the last 3-4 trading days now, the trend on the American market has been down. VectorBest advocates standing aside in this period. This chart is the SPX, the S&P 500 index. And the market timing that I normally show on Core Finance reflects our longest term market timing signals known as confirmed calls. But we have short-term signals as well for short-term traders and in the UK, probably spread bettors. And that particular market timing system's had a really good run on the SPX. And as you can see from about the 15th of July, we got a buy signal, which lasted up until about 10 days ago. That was a great trading move. And then it's caught all of this down move. So if you're interested in short-term spread betting, then our primary wave, which is the short-term trend on VectorBest, will give you some excellent signals as to when you should be long, where you should be short. I use it all the time, couldn't trade without it. So let's have a look at some stocks that have been resilient in this quite vicious sell-off over the last few days. If we do find a bottom, ladies and gentlemen, those stocks should in fact turn first. And I'm still very gung-ho on Thungela. It's a company that I know well. It's the old Anglo-American coal division. It was spun off somewhat 9 months ago now. It's still markedly undervalued. It's growing earnings very strongly indeed. I think it's got a great future, certainly over the next few months. Pulled back a little bit over the last couple of days. And I think this is a weekly chart. You see it breaking up through these all-time highs, then that can push much, much higher indeed. Greencoat UK Wind says it all, doesn't it? Has been very resilient over the last few days, and it's broken up and stayed above an all-time high. Earnings per share is rising, and at VectorBest, we believe the share is significantly undervalued. So that's something that I'm holding myself, and I think that has potential as soon as the market, in fact, starts to move up again. Similarly, Gresham House Energy, significantly undervalued, trending up very nicely indeed, has made a new high over the last couple of days when the overall market has been falling. That's a very good sign indeed. So GRID.L. And Ecofin pushing up strongly. Okay, it's come off in the last couple of days, but if you actually have a look down at the bottom of the chart, you'll see the price is rising and the volume is rising. That's always a good sign. And so far, Okay, we've got a couple of days this week to go yet, but so far this week, when it's sold off, there's been hardly any volume at all. So I'll have a look at that on Friday, but that looks good to me. I'm holding the stock. And finally, Games Workshop. Games Workshop's a stock. I'm holding the stock myself. It's at support. Earnings per share is growing strongly. It's on a hold recommendation at VectorVest. I think that let's do two things. One, let's wait for the general market to move up again. And secondly, I would like to see Games Workshop to actually break above that high of a few weeks ago. This is a weekly chart again. If it breaks above that high, which is around 80, then I think this stock will move up strongly indeed. I will add to it as it breaks up through that level, assuming one, the general market starts to move up again, GamesWorks has been very, very kind to all VectorVest customers over the years. That's not a reason to buy into it now, but I think that the stock's at support. Look at the earnings picture, earnings growing very strongly indeed. As it breaks out and charts a inverted head and shoulders reversal at that support level, then I think it's certainly a low risk, high probability trade. So folks, if you want to be able to pick stocks like this for yourself, if you want to be able to time the market for yourself, if you go to vectorvest.co.uk, there is a holiday special on at the moment where you can actually test VectorVest for 30 days for a whole 99 pence. How's that? So I look forward to working with you there. Thanks very much indeed. The official advice of VectorVest is to stand aside until the market turns. Thank you.